Back to the Monday show. I know y'all thought that y'all wasn't going to see a real N-word again, but I'm here, and we got the... You said watch the profanity.
I know, that was good. I just didn't expect you to do it so gracefully like that.
Did you think
Gina. No, you're a real professional.
You see
Because
me?
you end up in these corporate spaces, you start dropping M-bombs, all of a sudden it don't matter what color you are. It's like mega inappropriate, right?
I'm not going to lie. Me working here, I have definitely lost every corporate, professional skill that I've had. And I'm finding myself texting like an N-word.
Really?
Rather than, because like it'll be times where I'm like on the email thread with like a paid post. And then I'll realize like, oh shit, this is not a text.
Right.
I'm the social media manager. I have to say, hi, thank you so much for submitting.
Well, it would be crazy to go work somewhere else and to not be able to just light up a Newport at your desk or, like.
That, or are you trying to talk about me?
No. I walked out of my office earlier and the smell of Sharp cigarette did hit my nose. And I was just like, dude, this is an old-timey saloon of an office. Like, straight up, you just don't get these vibes.
Yeah.
This is what it was like to go to a bar up until whenever they made it illegal to smoke in restaurants and bars. And, because you remember you used to go to, like, a normal diner.
Yeah.
And it would stink to the high heavens of cigarettes in a way that nowhere does anymore.
Well,
right.
Not only is this the coolest podcast in the world, but it's actually the coolest job in the world because you guys do not give me any shit for walking around here with house shoes.
Or with just a jacket and no shirt.
Or a blanket.
Yeah. No, yeah. You coming in multiple weeks in a row wearing no shirt and just like a... like you're like
That's
Foxy Brown at the VMAs in 1998. Not like specifically, but like she would like I don't know. She got like tape holding her shirt together. Me and AD are just like sis.
But that's
what's going on?
That's Gina views. That's like me as talent versus when I'm coming here as just like an employee.
Right.
Because
you can do that as talent.
I'm ugly on those days.
You can do that as talent for
You've
sure.
been doing this since high school, huh? Like going to school with blankets and shit.
Yes.
You pop up in class with blankets.
I've always been a comfy bitch.
I like how we have to keep this conversation very surface level until a suspect gets here because it would be wrong to do like a State of the Union before he gets here. I just realized what's going on is we have to talk about like wearing blankets to work and just like frilly little stuff because our guy's not here and he's kind of popular.
Well, suspect also doesn't technically have like a no jumper 9 to 5. So he probably wouldn't know what the fuck we talking about anyway.
Right, but does he know that he was supposed to be here 14 minutes ago? Does he know? But he was on the flyer on YouTube. Yeah, he has to know.
Well, earlier the times were different on the YouTube.
Were they?
Yeah, but they were fixed.
Maybe he doesn't know what time zone we're in.
Yeah.
He probably does not know what time zone we're in.
There we go.
But it's also, isn't like, did we just get like daylight savings? No? Did we?
I'm not saying that's many weeks ago.
Yeah, no, a few weeks ago. Sure.
It's possible, though.
Speaking of all of the, just structural having at a company, Adam, how do you feel about everybody, these other platforms saying that it's kind of a circus up here?
Sharp, welcome to the show. No, we could talk about that. I just feel like Sharp didn't really get a proper introduction right there.
Let's fucking go.
Let's go, Sharp.
It's all right. We in the building.
Sharp don't need an intro. He done came in here with a good drink.
Hey, man, we're just hanging out.
I just got him from the airport, so I've probably been with him for too long.
You picked him up at the airport?
Picked me up from the
I'm
airport.
a great
LAX?
person.
No.
No,
okay. Yeah. That's a little bit more convenient.
I wouldn't. Let me tell you something, man. I don't think I would ever, and nobody get any bright ass ideas. I like Burbank because it's hella quick, man. They open up they let your ass out on the tarmac. They open up both doors. You don't have to just walk out one way. So I don't mind going and sitting straight in the back.
But have you done Jet Suite X yet?
I heard it's a waste of fucking money.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I did it one time. It was beautiful.
Is that like rich people talk?
It wasn't that much. It was like $500, I think. And it's like you just show up. It's so smooth and easy the way they let you walk in. They don't search you, nothing. But then I wanted to do it again during something where there was like a ton of people trying to get on it. And it was like $2,000 or some shit. And I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm taking a regular plane.
Yeah, I just feel like, me personally, the way I am, I love communication, so it doesn't bother me to be around people. I don't need to, seclude myself away to want to go, oh, well, let me just be by myself. I sat on the plane with some guys, man, we was talking about the football games, the whole way up. So it's cool. It kind of kills the time versus
gives you a
me
chance to be a man of the people.
Yeah, man of the people, man. Man of the 45 minutes that I'm on the plane.
I agree. But I consider, I'm like proudly cheap. This is something I'm really trying to lean into in the new year.
You are a cheapskate.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But it's like stuff like I don't like flying first class. Like I told my girl, I'm like, unless it's like really inexpensive, I'm not doing it. Don't try to get me to take no fucking $8,000 flight to France. I'm not doing it. I have too much respect for money to waste that much money on sitting in a comfortable seat for 8 hours. It's just not happening. I'm not doing it.
Well, I mean, everybody's going to the same location, though. It's not like it improves the flying experience.
Yeah, but it does.
Right.
It's amazing. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, my God. I'm too broke for this conversation because I've never flown first class.
Let me tell you, there's
What?
levels to it, though. There's like going to Europe and that they have first class where the whole seat just becomes a bed. It completely flattens
Delta
out.
does that. I flew on Delta to Atlanta. I was going and doing I was going to do a music video, shoot a music video for 2 days. And like, you know, they took care of my flight or whatever. Shout out Fish and Grits. Took care of my flight. So I get on the flight. I'm like, fuck, I got to sit up for this 3.5 hours. I think it's like a 3.5 hour flight. I got to sit up through it. I was in first class. I'm like, then the seat only probably reclines a little bit. So I get up on there. It's got the whole little cubby hole, like cut off and everything. Private TV. You can lay down. It's got a full bed that the chair turns all the way into a motherfucking bed.
You telling me that first class come with a futon?
Some planes. Don't think that it's every
Yeah,
plane.
because you might catch first class from, LA to Boston or LA to New York or whatever. And the
Yeah.
first class is like, it's just a wider seat, which is nice. You have a bit more
nice.
room and everything. You're not touching elbows with the person
I
you're
need
sitting next
nut
to.
space.
It reclines a little bit more. And yeah, they like bring you food, they're bringing you drinks, whatever. But a lot of first class is pretty whatever. But like first class when you're going overseas, I'm not gonna lie, it's tempting because it's like 8-10 hours of you being able to sleep like you're in your fucking bedroom. So you like land off the flight.
I'm paying
and
for it.
It's fire. I'm not gonna lie.
paying for it, man.
Like, but me and my girl went to Japan one time, and she just saw at the last minute, like, oh, we could upgrade to first class, and it was only $1,000 each. That's like a 20-hour flight. It's like multiple flights.
Worth
it
it.
was
Definitely worth it.
So
Worth it.
unbelievably worth it, bro.
Worth it.
But on a day-to-day basis, when they go to book me for a flight and it's on no jumper dime, no. Now, if somebody else is trying to book me to fly somewhere, I'll just be like, yeah, first class. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. If it's somebody else
If
paying.
we do anything for work, Adam,
You've made me
you kind of
cheap.
got to give me the first. I've never had first class treatment.
That's a bad precedent. The
And-
CEO of Walmart flies business class.
Adam, and granted, you haven't had any guests in here that could, fly me out.
What did that mean? That was like very
Because-
sneaky
because
linkish.
Adam-
Wasn't it?
Because Adam is hating. Adam is hating on my love life.
No, I think that if all you wanted was a fly out from some random rapper, there's been plenty of opportunities.
I know a couple.
Have it.
Well, I don't
it
know.
has.
Yeah, you just gotta, throw it back a little bit. Maybe hit one of your little jumping jack routines in the office.
What do I do?
Tempt them. Come to me, rappers.
You telling me you don't got one right now that's in your DMs?
No. Zero.
One that's never hit you that says, hey, I want to have you.
I am so honest with you guys that like I'm willing to give you my phone for a day just so you can see.
I'm
Like,
not saying ones that
that's-
you engage on.
gotta
I'm
get
talking
out there
about
more.
just ones that just
No,
come.
that's the
You,
thing.
you don't
I
have
don't
any,
know.
even if you don't respond.
Well, I don't go out.
You don't have to go out to get DMs,
No.
right?
I mean, I've
mean,
been told that I'm unapproachable. So, I mean, I have like
Apparently.
this kind of straight face that,
Yeah, you like have put out too much like not a slut energy over the years
I need to
that
get a little
now
slutty.
like you're trying to enter this like little mini hoe phase.
Did you see her at the live show, me and you were looking at her like, what'd she say? Remember me and you were standing next to each other and she said some
What'd she
shit.
say? Something
Fuck.
something sassy.
She said something. Remember we were taking pictures
I
with
told the fan, so there was a fan at the live show, and she said that she bought her boyfriend tickets for the No Jumper show for his birthday, and it was a surprise. And I told him he needed to suck a fart out of her ass.
You don't remember that?
That's a lot. No, I remember it
laughed
now.
at
That's a lot. Yeah. It just took me aback. I just didn't know what the fuck to say.
I
I'm
forgot
like,
what it was, but it was some shit along the line.
I was like, that's what Gina thinks love is.
yeah, fart
That's
in the
what
mouth.
these streets did to her.
A fart in the mouth.
I've never had a fart sucking out of my ass, but it was just the first thing that came to my mind. Y'all gotta stop treating me like the little 13-year-old like how you kicked me out the group chat. Like I know
I
you,
see it.
I know y'all want to like protect my innocence and stuff, but
Let's talk about that.
y'all know I'm grown.
Hey,
So basically, like, somebody started a group chat with a bunch of different people in the office because they were trying to get information about a little Christmas holiday party, whatever. And then immediately, and this is like, I've never been in a work group chat with one of the female employees. It's just like, we have like a homie group chat that does not have any girls in it and is very clearly Almighty Suspect in the Building is very clearly not a work group chat. I just want to make that clear. Not a work group chat. So if we want to send porn, if we want to send, Muslim clerics beheading, government officials, that's okay. That's not work stuff. So my thing is, I am a little nervous because I don't immediately people started saying things that were just like, in my opinion, inappropriate for a work group chat. So I disbanded the group chat. I deleted everybody from the group chat. Turns out once there's like 2 or 3 people left, you can't keep removing people.
Well, then I started a new group chat with all the same
Yeah,
people.
because she, and I get it too, though, because you're kind of like suffering from the sins of every woman who ever made a fake or embellished workplace allegation, because now dudes are scared to treat chicks like normal fucking people in the workplace. Even calling them chicks could be considered very inappropriate in a lot of workplaces, but that's a shame, because it's like, I'm sure somebody like you would just like to be exposed to all the barroom happy hour guy talk, and like you're not going to get your feelings hurt easily if you overhear a sexual conversation. Yeah. But at the same time, like as dudes in a workplace, you don't want to make a woman feel like she has to like be hearing a sexual conversation unless she opts into it, right? Well,
I do respect that, and I do thank you for even considering me that way. But I am like the girl who's always been a part of like the boys club. So I have a bunch of male siblings, I have a bunch of cousins and a bunch of homeboys and stuff like that. So those conversations don't bother me as much, but that is different in the workplace. So.
Yeah, like it's one thing if you opt in. It's another thing if you...
I also started the bullshit too in that group chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this mic on? It's not.
We got to turn mine on too.
Crank that guy up.
Yeah, I was the one who had started all the bullshit in there.
You did start it though.
I put my ass on the thing.
That was your ass? She made the picture on the group chat her own butt. I thought it had to be some
Gina,
other butt.
It's on my Instagram though, so it's not like I just dropped a booty on it.
I hit her like a concerned fucking coworker. I said, Gina. I was like, is that your ass on the? I said, Gina.
And is it okay to do that with yourself? It wouldn't be okay for me to do it.
It would definitely be.
If I made the group chat photo a picture of my cod piece from a recent Plug Talk episode,
that fucking fleshlight, no.
Well, that would be gay.
Right. Well, it'd also be inappropriate.
It would be inappropriate.
I don't think that it being gay is the X
standard.
factor.
Am I good?
Like you could be gay. You just can't like send us nudes of yourself.
That would be crazy.
Well, you basically did, because you made your butt the default picture on the group chat.
That picture is on my Instagram.
I'm sorry. I just got a little nervous because you said something, and then I realized you weren't saying something else.
No.
I was trying to.
I just didn't want you to think I was like acting weird for a second.
At first, I was like,
for a second, I thought you were saying something that I didn't want you to say, and then I'm like, oh wait, never mind. Okay.
Yeah. You caught it? All right,
what the fuck I miss?
I know.
We were just talking about the day that I got kicked out the group chat.
I think we all got kicked out the group chat.
We all did. No, I was
you were one of the ones I couldn't delete. It's like the last 2 or 3.
I was like, well, that
oh God, I was still in it. I think it was me and him. I'm still talking in that motherfucker. Now that was crazy.
They changed the name. They changed the name to not Melvin's room. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure that's not going to confuse anybody.
She called it Melissa's room.
Who the hell's Melissa?
I said, who the hell is that?
What about Moesha's room?
Oh, well, I didn't think of that.
Because
now
Melvin
that could be considered inappropriate.
Melvin is from it's good because it's like a legendary fictional character. Like Melvin is Melvin from Baby Boy.
Name.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Is Melvin is like a legendary fictional black dude from Baby Boy.
So
Moesha is a legendary female black character from a TV show.
Well,
so that's where y'all got.
And
it begins with M,
room.
which also I think is important.
I thought y'all was doing a play on Marvin's room.
See, I think, yes, originally that is why I did that. It's like kind of funny to me to do Melvin's room, because Melvin is the sort of obscure character from a legendary movie. Yeah. And I just thought, it was because like we were kind of new to like, oh, we have a Hoover friend. And then Melvin has Hoover tattooed across his back.
Y'all so fucking corny.
We have a Hoover friend.
Because that's how it started, is because I sent that picture in the group chat just to be like, T-Row, your boy. And then I think boom, I made it the picture.
I met the person who that character was based off of.
There's a real one? Who?
Yeah, my dad's from Hoover, so he took me over there and introduced me to the guy.
Interesting.
Wow. Yeah.
You know who's a legendary gangster that I fucking wish was real?
Oh,
Marcellus from Pulp Fiction. Now he gets raped in the ass in that movie, so
pause.
We're gonna have to take that off the
pause
record.
That, man.
But pause. But during the part of the movie where he's just him, fucking badass. You know what I'm talking about?
I wonder how many other people really actually walk around the world like that.
What?
that are really like that. That are gangster, but they taking it up the ass.
No,
More than you know.
Hold on.
Like more
than you fucking
more
know.
than you know. Hey, on my
Put some
mama.
respect on
These
my boy's
niggas be
name.
homo
He had a
thugs.
shotgun pointed
I'm
at
not
him, and he
taking
was being
nothing from
raped
him.
at gunpoint by
Shoot
a
me.
couple of sick
Bruh.
fucks. They had
Shoot
another
me.
guy in a gimp suit. He was wearing an
Hey,
all
shoot
black
me.
leather suit. They were keeping him chained up in the basement.
I'm out of
Shoot
here.
me.
No cap.
Shoot me.
I mean, yeah.
I'm just keeping it real, bro.
Because I don't know if I want to walk around like that for the
I
rest of
don't
my
know
life.
if I want to either.
I
They're
don't know
gonna
if I wanna
blow
sur-
your
I
head
don't
off
wanna
and
survive
fuck
that.
your corpse.
That's cool. At least I
Pause.
wasn't there for
At
it.
least I didn't have control of that.
Yeah, I didn't experience it.
I'd
Niggas was dumb.
rather live like a man than die on my. I don't know.
Well, speaking of fucking in the ass,
Gina, a weekend with Gina. Tell us about your weekend, Gina.
a video surfaced from an interview with Gabrielle Union playing with
Oh, my
Boosie's
God.
top.
So what'd she say?
Sex played him.
She sex played
I
him.
don't like her.
And she said he's always worried about dick. He always has dick on his brain.
I don't like her.
Maybe he's gay.
So do your son.
And
You're
Boosie-
white gazed. We're throwing shots.
A whole lot of them.
A whole lot of them today. 1 million.
I feel like my nigga Boosie be speaking the truth a lot of the time. You
On
know what I'm saying?
everything.
But look, to play devil's advocate, he did speak on their kids first, but your kid public as fuck, so we all gonna speak on them.
Facts.
So wait,
what I'm
she's the
saying?
one who got. Oh, she's the one who got the kid with Dwayne Wade.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
she doesn't
Oh,
have
yeah.
the kid with
Well,
him.
she's
That's
married
not
to
her
him.
kid.
Oh, it's from another relationship.
It's from another
Another-
relationship.
And now she's with him.
Yeah.
Got
Now
it.
she's
got
with
it,
him.
got it. Oh yeah, because I remember when the original baby mama was mad at him
I
for
don't like that shit.
Right.
I heard that she's a pastor.
Yep.
really.
If I'm not mistaken,
Well, no
yeah.
wonder she's against the trans kid. Okay,
She's
that
a
makes
pastor,
sense.
and she refers to Gabrielle Union as a devil.
Did you read this quote? This top quote here?
Yeah, it's just pretty much what was on Boosie's story.
Okay, Boosie wrote, "The whole world know I love women. The world knows your husband love dick.
I'm
I
gonna
hope-
blurt it in for you. I got you.
I
Keep
hope
going.
you don't think blacks look at y'all like a power couple. They don't. I had refused to talk about y'all in interviews, and here you go. Go bang him with that dick and wait on a script, you little white girl."
And that's
woman,
crazy.
you.
I never even read that part that he said little white girl. Like, I really do feel like she's white gay. She ain't even a part of the culture, homie. I'm just keeping it real. I don't feel that. I don't feel like Gabrielle Union is a part of the culture. So I really do overlook her. And you can overlook me too, baby. I really don't give a fuck.
I think people should stay out of other people's business.
Facts.
Both of them.
Facts.
Because she went on the interview and she was kind of, I guess she was attempting to defend the situation, but in her defending the situation, she sex played Boosie. So it's
Don't like
technically
that.
like you're doing the same thing that you're saying that
It's
he's
super
doing to you.
inappropriate. I'm sorry. If someone has a political opinion, which in this case I would say that Boosie does have a somewhat valid opinion, which is basically just that he's concerned that basically kids are transitioning too young. I don't think that's like totally out of the bounds of like acceptable conversation. I think if somebody says something like that and you disagree, it's on you to respond with facts and logic, and it's not on you to just call him gay. If you call somebody gay because of their actual opinion, then you are a homophobe and you are basically using the idea of him being gay to like punish him. Like, why is it why would it be a bad thing if he was gay? If he chose to be gay, that's totally fucking fine. It's just not, when you say something like that, it's not the dunk that you think it is. You actually sound like an idiot, and you're actually working against your own cause, because aren't you the kind of person who thinks that gay people should be normalized
but-
and it shouldn't be used as an insult?
Adam, isn't gay used in different formats? Gay is a word of a terminology of being happy. People
Right.
say, I'm gay, I'm happy.
Right.
People can say, oh, you gay in a sense of like you're tripping.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So
I say gay all day for
I
little
say-
stupid shit.
Yeah, like little stupid shit, but it's not, I'm not directing it towards an actual gay person.
Right.
You
But
know
what I'm saying
Or-
is that if she heard me say, oh, hey, Josh, that shirt is gay as fuck, that she would say, you're a homophobe and you shouldn't be using gay in that way. But
then
then
you just
her
did it to
first
Boosie.
thing that she does in response to Boosie having a different opinion than her is to basically accuse him of being on the down low.
you don't think that's
But
a form
that's
of white
my-
gaze?
I think it's just retarded. I
But-
think it's just a bad dunk. It's a bad insult. And
That's
it's hypocritical.
Yeah, that was my issue with her even sex playing Boosie, because it's like it's literally a response out of emotion rather than logic. You wanted to down talk this man and play with his sexuality and things like that.
I don't like that.
So that's her way of combating what he's been doing to her, and you're technically just doing the same thing.
A good response from her would be like, my child transitioned at this age and we did X amount of testing and we met with these doctors and we did all this stuff that was responsible before we decided to start giving them hormones or whatever. That would be an actual response that combated like Boosie's opinion. Calling him gay, you're out of here.
Yep.
You're
just
immature. You're a fucking loser.
That kills it. You don't really have an argument once you just be like, well, yeah, I think he take dick too. Like, I mean, what did that do? You know what I'm saying? Besides just throw a little more gasoline on the fire. That didn't really diffuse anything or didn't even get a point. You didn't make a point. You didn't make no argument, logic, point, nothing. It was just that's just an argument at that point.
If he was secretly gay, which I'm not saying there's any chance of that being true, but if he was, it would mean nothing. Like his opinion about you letting your kid transition would be the exact same opinion. So what the fuck are we even talking about?
Saying he's gay doesn't diffuse what he said about your son at all.
Yeah, Adam, you shared a very interesting tweet that said, if I say something about you and then you call me a hater, aren't you just validating what I said?
It's like kind of like you could call me a hater, sure, all right, but it's like why respond to that part of it? Why not respond to the actual thing I said? If I tweeted and said such and such podcast sucks dick. But if I made like a specific criticism, if I said like your topics suck or you guys make bad jokes or whatever the fuck it is, if I have a specific criticism, respond to that. Don't just call me a hater. I already know I'm a hater.
She's supposed to be pro-transgender. I feel like their family supports that, and they stand behind that. If that's the case, stand behind people that you shouldn't be trying to sex play like that. Like that man said, and I quote him, he was like, don't ever play on a hood hero. You know what I'm saying? He said, you don't ever play on a hood hero like that. I'm a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I use a better format of saying sex play. He didn't use that word, but that's the terminology. He was being sex played. You know what I'm saying? And like real motherfuckers, real men, and it's not about, nobody has anything against gays, but it's like real men, we don't play that shit. Like you ain't gonna try to sex play me, like, because what you're trying to do is demasculate me. That's what you're trying to do throughout your little joke. You're trying to demasculate me and turn me down.
And whenever you have like a controversial political opinion, which I'm still going to kind of give that to Boosie, that he just has his opinion of how he feels, people are always going to try to silence you by going for the easiest possible dunk. Like, like if you had a viral tweet basically agreeing with Boosie, what are they going to, what's the most viral response tweet going to be? It's just going to be somebody saying, well, look at what you got caught up doing back in the day, or look at how you said one time on the podcast, you're a piece of shit. People don't talk about ideas enough. People don't respond to the actual thing in question enough.
I get stuff like that all the time. I mean, some of my interviews have been confrontational. So, I mean, it's brought some blowback like that. So I can definitely understand, but I've said this before. I think what the problem is, people look at, and being Gabrielle Union, she looked at the messenger. She didn't listen to the message. She judged the messenger. And that's the problem. They always said, hey, man, don't judge the messenger. Just listen to the message.
If she put out a clear, concise statement, maybe Boosie could respond and they could have a conversation. Instead, she called him gay.
She called him
gay. And it's over.
And it was over, yeah. She said, you look like you got a lot of dick on your mind, as I quote. I think she said that.
She probably was just like sitting at home minding her business, and like this clip from a year ago just surfaced.
Right, yeah. She really catching up on her Vlad TV catalog right here.
Right? Hilarious. She probably thought that shit was hilarious.
She is what I call white gaze. And that what I mean by that is it's just a certain way people act. It's not being a white person. That's why I consider it white gaze. Because anybody can act like that. And she's just very prude. And I feel like she just she's in her own world. Like I said, she don't even look like she takes pictures with anybody. Like she's one of them weirdos, eats a salad out of the garbage can. Worry about your own life. Worry about your own life. Worry about what you got going on. You're over here making decisions for children that aren't even yours, which I found kind of disturbing, because I feel like whether the mother was there or not in the child's life, they should at least have a say in that. That's a major change. Yeah, that's detrimental to a child's life. I saw a clip, or I read something about, I think it was a lady. She had wanted to do a sex change or something like that.
Reversed.
End up going and suing the doctors, telling them, you knew I wasn't in my right state of mind. Why would you allow me to do this? Why would you allow me to do this? I'm coming for you all. I want money.
And she was a grown-ass woman. We're talking about a teenager.
And there's like a big-ass growing community of people who have serious regrets about their transitioning. This is not just like a totally made-up thing. You know, it's like I've seen these fucking videos, and somehow it doesn't really get any mainstream attention, which I guess their argument is like, well, it happens to such a small percentage of people that it should be totally ignored. But like the rate of people transitioning has gone up so much. It is kind of a social contagion, like trend type thing where it's just like in a lot of schools and shit, like very large chunks of the girls are deciding that they want to be trans. And I think that it's probably something that at least deserves inspection. Like people should be talking about it.
I'm not going to call that lawsuit.
I'm not going to call.
I think she did.
I'm not going to listen. I got love for gays. I got nothing but love, and it's cool with them LGBTQ.
White gays.
Shout out to them, man. But listen, I won't call that a sickness, because if that's how you really feel, you feel like you were born like that, that's cool. But what you weren't born as was a lady or a man. So when you go and you change your body, that's mutilating your body. That's not you just naturally being who you are. You go and you mutilate yourself. That's human mutilation. You're mutilating yourself. You're cutting something off or taking something that you were never supposed to have. You can be who you want to be. If you want to be gay, be gay. Be bright, be happy, do your thing. But to change your body, I feel like that part starts to turn into maybe a problem or maybe a sickness.
But if somebody wants to do that, I think that it's within their rights. If they want to live their life that way, that's fine. It's just that there needs to be some standards and protocols for like this decision being made. And especially when it comes to kids who, bro, when I was 11, I would have got a fucking Rage Against the Machine face tattoo if I could have. Like, you just don't really know what the fuck you are when you're a young kid.
If I was able to do the shit that I wanted to do at 14, I wanted to have all type of stupid ass, disrespectful ass tattoos, all type of shit. I wanted all type of shit at that age. Right. And then now that I'm 25, I'll be like, thank God I didn't go through with that shit.
25.
Adam,
I forget you're
I used to turn around and pee like a boy.
Can I tell you a story of when I first encountered with something like that? Like I ever saw something that was transgender or, were a stud. I was probably about 13 years old, and in my neighborhood, I saw there was a couple together, and it was a transgender and a stud that was together.
Stud is just a masculine lesbian,
It was a girl. Yeah, it was a girl with a man, though, but the roles were reversed.
I see that all the time.
It was a transsexual with a stud.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So the man dressed like a woman and the woman dressed like a man. I've never seen that.
I could take you to a 7-Eleven on Santa Monica Boulevard. We're going to see that right now.
But I was a kid, though, so it was very, I want to say it was almost taboo. You didn't see it as much as you see it today.
That's right.
It's out more today. So when I was a kid and I'm seeing it firsthand, I'm not seeing it on TV. They allow a lot more stuff on TV than they did back when I was a kid. So so for me to get it like hands on, I'm just walking through the neighborhood like I'm meeting people. You know what I'm saying? I see people. I live there.
Now, you remember the first time you were a little kid and you seen a trans person and you were just like,
that was my first time. I didn't even.
that?
I was so young. I didn't even really understand it. I was just like, oh well, damn. I guess that's what's going on. To see a stud with a transgendered, man to a woman, like that was different for me. I'm like, damn. Why don't y'all just be regular? I bet y'all still fuck the same.
I don't think growing up I saw any transgenders or anyone dressed.
I did.
You weren't on the right blocks.
But I definitely.
I was down in the slumps.
Everybody had like the flamboyant like homeboy or classmate around. Or,
is that forbidden on Fig?
Like
I mean,
is there like different strips for that activity?
Yeah,
that would make sense to me.
Yeah.
No,
there you go. Now you hit it on the head. It's some spots where that's
like
just
San
where they
Pedro?
at.
Bro,
Definitely.
when I was in Argentina, they took us to this fucking loop-de-loop. It's like a park. You drive your car into the park, and it's like there's mad cars going through the park, super slow. And as you get in, you just see it's like all just trees and shit, and you see
Hawaii's like that now.
the craziest experiment-looking ass humans right there, and motherfuckers are just pulling in and getting it in. And we drove right through that shit. It was like a house of horrors, my guy. I didn't see one piece I wanted to affiliate with the whole time.
Getting in, like having sex?
Oh, yeah. They were all getting fucked in their cars and shit all through this little loop.
How'd that make you feel, Adam? Did you get aroused or did you be like, fuck this, is sick?
No, I felt
walk away.
I felt horrible for these people because most of them seemed like they were in real like decay.
Oh, he's got to get ass.
This nigga, bro.
I mean, I've been to whorehouses in like Thailand and China that at least they look happy. At least like they look well taken care of. Yeah. No, this was different. We outside. They look like they straight diseased, falling apart, fucking mutated, infected, straight the scariest shit I ever seen, bro.
I probably would lose my mind. I walked into a party and saw somebody sniff a line and almost had a heart attack.
Oh my!
That shit regular. You gotta spend the night with
Couldn't
us.
Take a walk in.
I was like, yo, we gotta
Definitely
go. We
couldn't
gotta
take a
go.
walk.
Nah,
in these
if we
shoes
ever,
over here.
you ain't snorting a line if we had a wild night in Vegas.
No.
You not touch it ever?
No.
Damn, yeah, I wouldn't anymore either. But that was so normal to me.
Would
for
you
so
still
long.
be able to like let's say for instance like we're hanging out, right?
Yeah.
Me and you were hanging out, we're all partying. You do a line, but I don't do one. Is that gonna make you feel indifferent? Like, damn, he's not on my high. I don't really want to hang out with him.
No, but like, there's been hood vlogs that
I
we
might
filmed.
feel like that.
I feel
Being
you.
sober.
That's why I don't be
Like,
picking
I'll be
up
like, no,
lush.
because I don't want to like fuck your high up.
That's why I don't pick
get
up
down.
lush. I don't
So
wanna
I'll be
do
like,
drugs
all
in
right, well,
front
maybe
of him.
this is my time to probably dip. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a different
I'll put it
mode's
like
about
this:
to take place.
if I'm kicking it with a bunch of people and they all do coke,
Yeah.
I know I'm probably out of here within about an hour. like I'm gonna be annoyed as fuck real soon.
Facts.
I feel like they'll look at me funny and think that I'm better than them or something. So it's
Oh
like
yeah,
I
there's a
just
lot of
don't,
that.
I don't want to be.
They're all
there.
gonna be talking about it. What's it like being someone who doesn't do coke? I must be crazy.
Like what?
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, I'm not putting shit in my nose.
The craziest feeling is when you're sober and you walk into a room of people who are either drunk or on drugs, and they are all just in your face. Adam, oh my God, I got this business I want to start. You're going to invest in it. We're going to start a crypto exchange.
What do you say? Do you pretend like, oh yeah, I'm with
Cocaine
it?
is
I'm
Hell
the
of
worst.
a drug.
I'm the worst pretender on earth. I'm like, okay.
I got an addictive personality, so
I say that all the
what
time.
I know about myself, that's what keeps me in control. Because I'm like, everything I do to the max. Whether it's smoking, even cigarettes, I know that's bad. Like that's not, you shouldn't do that. But like I take advantage of everything that I do. So I'm like, shit, I don't got no business plan with nothing
At all.
And I like to be real with you, bro. While I really don't do drugs, I don't want to wake up in the morning, look in the mirror, and not recognize myself.
Yeah.
I don't want to
I'm
wake up in
afraid
the
of
morning
that.
dealing with the consequences from the thing I did the night before. Because if I have a nice night where I eat good and drink a lot of water and get a good night's sleep, I wake up in the morning feeling fucking amazing.
Yeah.
If I wake up after a night of drinking, even if I have 3-4 drinks, I don't love it. And
What?
then doing coke, you feel like death in the morning.
I got
See?
too many crackheads in my family, so I kind of think I
That
know
too.
how it's gonna turn out. So it's
Yeah,
like,
I'm
why
not
would I
playing
do
those
it?
games. I don't
Yeah.
know. Like I told, I don't know who I told this story to, but like everybody who I grew up around who did cocaine, they was just dusty. So that wasn't something that I
Yeah.
wanted to do. But like the niggas who was doing the fly drugs, I was like, I might pick up that cup of lean though. Them niggas look
It's
fly
no-
up there.
it's no
but
fly
if you're
smoker
doing powder,
in the
the niggas who I knew who was doing cocaine, they looked like absolute bums, and I wanted no part of it. Besides niggas who was in the game, but like just regular people, I'm like, nah, you look kind of dusty, bro. I don't think I want nothing to do with that.
Being a rich cokehead's a wild look.
You feel me? But I feel like there's a lot of those. I feel like that's
Yeah.
regular.
Yeah.
There's a
the
lot of
rich
people that I
cokeheads.
knew in the game that didn't do drugs, didn't drink nothing, and didn't allow their chicks to drink and smoke, like it takes away from the pot. So you know what I'm saying? To stack up the more the merrier. You know what? I'll be real with you. Those ones always end up winning more.
Facts.
They always end up winning more to keep a clean program and kind of run the bitch through DARE.
'Cause
DARE
when I think
program,
about-
it's like, fuck.
When I
facts.
think about
Just say no.
all the time I spent going to parties and clubs and shit drinking,
Yeah.
if I wasn't drinking and I was just thinking like, oh, that's this dude who owns this business, I should go talk to him and introduce myself. Maybe we could do some business. Maybe he could advertise, oh, that's this chick who runs this magazine. I'm going to go talk to her. If you go out and socialize and don't make it all about getting fucked up, you can accomplish so much by going out.
Facts.
I just
Yeah.
don't really take advantage of
It's called
this point.
networking.
Networking.
For real.
How
Real
would,
networking.
How would you feel if you seen like one of your employees doing a line, and then all right, Adam, let's set up
You
for the
seen
stream,
it.
Whoa.
Have I?
Have you?
like out there.
Whoa,
I ain't
he
saying no
spoke
names.
up for it. Like
I ain't
quick,
saying no
like,
names.
whoa.
I said no names.
No. Okay. I'll put it like this for a hypothetical. When we were in Vegas, there was an allegation that one of the employees was snorting Adderall. Now, I didn't see it, and I don't know if it's true, but it made me think, how would I feel if that's true? Here's my thoughts. If you're doing it and you're acting like a fucking weirdo and you're going to annoy the fuck out of me, yeah, I'm going to look at you different after. If you can do it and you're just, that's just you partying and you keep to yourself or you maintain a consistent persona, then I don't give a fuck, you know? But if you're going to do it and go jump off a roof and get arrested and like a bunch of bullshit, you know? But if you could keep your shit together off drinking, drugs, whatever,
Well,
By all means.
if it was house phone, he rode a scooter the whole time, so I think he was very safe.
no, he just left the whole time. We didn't see the motherfucker the whole
only
time.
say that
We
'cause I
did
know
a
people
team
are
building
gonna-
trip and he was gone with bitches the whole time in a motorized cart.
He got left behind.
Yeah, because he slept so late with whatever girl he was with.
But you know what though? I love him because I know it wasn't him. He was just kicking it. Like I was with him I was watching him. He was, bro. He was just kicking it. He went and did a little shopping. He did what House Phone does. I talked to House Phone's ugly ass, so I know I don't think it was him. I don't know who it was. That I can't say, but I know House Phone enough. I don't think it was him that night. That night, keywords.
You know what's funny about that
Wasn't
trip
him
though?
that night, bro.
The whole idea of that trip was that we were gonna build a lot of team camaraderie and shit with the people who went.
That shit was fun, bro.
It was all right, but it also definitely like seeing some people like fucked up definitely like changed.
How about me and the Fat Burger? Did that cause you a problem?
Well, I didn't see
Did that cause
that.
you a little scared? Weren't
I'm
you
kind of
with us?
glad I wasn't there for that.
You wasn't with us? You
No,
wasn't
I
with
heard
us?
about it though.
And listen to me, man. Vegas is that's my city, man. I grew up around there. Like, that's been some of my stomping grounds. So, like, some of the same places that
I was here when it was a McDonald's.
I was.
I heard that.
I was there. So, like, I was there as a kid. A lot of things that happened in that area. So, I've seen a lot of things. I got a lot of memories, a lot of history.
Right.
So, when I bring my people somewhere, I know these areas. I just want them to be accommodated right. And everything seemed like it was cool. And all I wanted was some French fries, man. I figured, shit, I've been drinking. Catch a little sober up, man, before I head on in. And the bitch told me, like, yeah, you got to buy a whole meal. I said, when in the fuck did you ever have to buy a whole meal to get some French fries?
I never heard of that.
I've never heard. That's
Never
what
heard
she
of
told
that.
me. She
Everything
was like,
on the menu is up for grabs.
She told me. She was like, especially a fucking fat burger. Bitch, this shit's all a la carte.
Right.
Stop playing with me. Stop fucking
What does
playing
a la carte
with me.
mean?
Means
Just
like
buy the
everything's
item, right?
sold individually.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not like you're really doing you know what I'm saying? You have to buy everything kind of separately, even from putting an egg on your shit, whatever.
they got
You're
a
paying
fry
for all
shortage?
this shit. Man.
Even if you do.
Guess what? I should have told her.
Process
Well,
my
guess
fries.
what, bitch? In-N-Out don't. In-N-Out, shout out to you. We going over there and getting us some potatoes all day.
Did she end up giving you the fries?
Nope.
You think I'm tripping ordering the lettuce burger?
And you know what's
Definitely.
so cold? Because you
I
know
get
what's so
that one.
cold?
Fucking lettuce.
I
Laugh
get
at
that
me.
one, protein style.
Laugh
Oh,
at
you
this
You like
one.
that?
Yeah, I fuck
I
with
like
it.
it too.
fit
You
on all
don't
that
need the
shit.
bread.
I get the peppers chopped up inside, put
Five
my
Guys.
spread on top.
Five Guys. You
Yeah.
don't need the bun. They give you lettuce. It's good.
They
I've
give
never
you
had
more
Five
than
Guys.
enough
I'm
fucking
straight on
fries.
that. Five Guys
Shout
fire.
out to
Never
Five
Five
Guys. They'll
Five
give you
Guys
all the
is fire.
fucking fries you want.
I've had Tams.
I'm thinking about
Of
switching
course you
to
had
egg whites
Tams,
instead of
Gina.
eggs in the morning.
Gina's so fucking ghetto. Got up at I had Tams.
I'm at Tams on Rosecrans. We fuck with Tams, right?
We do.
Outside of this being an early slot, it looks super different in here.
Yeah, they
It's-
did,
It's
like-
given intimate.
They turned all the lights off
Yeah,
and
it's
then they
hella
put this
dark
It's
one.
the
and shit.
people now.
I'm sure the people in the chat are talking about how it looks different.
It's the people in here right now.
It's
the
giving
aura.
sexy.
Oh yeah, we got auras.
It's the fucking aura going right now. This shit's strong.
Now you guys look fly. I got my hood up. I'm rocking a hoodie I already
That's
wore
what I'm
7
saying, bro.
times.
You kinda-
This shirt is longer than this shirt.
Out of
Bro,
place.
Adam, you
It's
white
like-
as fuck. We don't expect nothing else from you.
I'm trying to be
that's the
even
white
more
thing.
white in the new year. I'm not gonna buy clothes all year.
What are your New Year's
When you gonna wear your
resolutions?
fucking chain, Adam?
Never. New Year's resolutions?
Yeah.
Lose more weight.
picture?
Get a 6-pack.
Okay.
Get a 6-pack.
Buy it.
You heard it.
Adam, what
If I don't do it, if you ever see me eating bad, scold me.
You
Adam,
gonna start
buy
slapping
it.
that shit out your hand?
Hold on, Adam. What did being rich teach you? Getting rich today. You weren't always rich. I don't think you were always having money. But when you started having money, what did it actually teach you? What can you teach the audience? Like what to do like when you start actually obtaining it?
I was pretty broke. I had like less than, $10,000 for most of my life up until I was like in my early 30s. So I can definitely say that
That's real. I like
have
that. Like
plenty-
you weren't just having it. Having
Yeah, and I had
20s
like
running-
moments where maybe I was having a good amount, but realistically, I was barely holding it together for like my whole life until my early 30s when No Jumper started working.
Yeah.
And I could say that the best thing that having money has taught me is how fucking meaningless it is, because
Wow.
this is the thing is I know I spent all those years just hustling, just trying to make money, trying to get this bag, do whatever I could to just get more money. And now that I actually have money and I have a kid and have like a happy fucking family relationship, I'm like, oh, fuck all that. It would have been such a waste of my life if I had just been hustling my whole life. Like the fucking family shit has shown me the meaningfulness of life beyond anything that I ever knew before. And I also want to say though that I got money doing exactly what I wanted to fucking do, making the exact kind of content that I was enjoying making, pretty much just following my heart. So to me, I feel like my process of getting to the point of having money was a lot different than a lot of other people, because you could get rich by just being a truck driver, by having a objectively not that great job that you fucking hate day in day out, but then at the end of the fucking year you're like, I saved $100 grand. That's fire. Like, but I got money doing what I was passionate about. So I didn't get jaded. If anything, I just got more excited through becoming kind of successful.
Was there times that you wanted to run away from it and you felt like you couldn't?
There was times I procrastinated by just doing shit that wasn't conductive or, productive to the goal. Like I remember when we started the shop downtown, it's like there's just all the world is my fucking oyster right in front of me. I've got this podcast. I can go to parties. I can meet people. I can get more content going, et cetera, et cetera. No Jumper was starting to catch steam. But then I also just started watching every single episode of Entourage. I'm spending like 5-6 hours every night doing that. And then as I got to the fucking last episode, I just fucking looked myself in the mirror and I was like, you just spent like 150 fucking hours watching that show because you are running away from all the opportunities that are on your fucking plate right now. So stop bullshitting and get to it.
Truth needs no support. That's real shit.
But I never was like, oh, I give up.
Yeah.
Because I had like every reason in the world to give up, and I never even thought about it.
Well, speaking of giving up, did you guys read the story about the guy who killed himself at the happiest place on earth, Disneyland?
I just fucking read his suicide note on Sledge
On
Lords,
my
dude.
way here, I was just reading that shit.
So, to give a little
It's always for the
backstory,
bitch.
him and his wife, who they were secretly married for 3 years,
And he was a principal at a high school,
and
right?
he was actually Vashti's middle school principal.
Okay, so that's out there in the open. It was
That's
Vashti's
fucking-
principal, dude. That's
For real?
crazy.
You
Yeah,
knew
it
him?
was. Yeah, she did.
She is right there. That's
right
fucking
there.
nuts.
That's
crazy.
Yeah,
How you
That's
just
all
up
we're
in the
in
middle
office.
of this? That's like you're fucking Judge Ito or something, dude.
I asked her too. I was like, was he a nice guy? She was like, he was super nice.
Yeah.
He seemed
I
like.
asked V. I
Did you
said,
read
"Man,
the
was he
suicide
nice?"
note?
Yeah, I read
That's
it.
the note of a nice guy. He didn't blame her.
But I asked somebody that was actually around him. She was like, that was her school principal. So I said, when y'all were there, was he a nice guy? V was like, well, yeah, he was super nice. She was like, we never would have thought, So it lets you know that it'd be a lot more going on on the back back end.
Well, the wife called the police on him, and he was instantly arrested, and he also was on administrative leave.
Shame on her.
She said that he was beating her and maybe doing something to the kids.
To the girls, too.
Do you think that he told the cops that he was molesting the kids or just like hitting the kids?
I think they were referring to physical abuse, not sexual abuse.
Okay, good.
I'm not
That's at
sure,
least a little
but
less
the
crazy.
on the first page of the swipe over that I read, I did initially think like, oh shit, this is like sexual.
I heard
assault.
she tried to recant the statements. She tried to retract them.
Well, he said he had proof that she was doing that, right?
He had messages from her talking to somebody else and basically saying like, I didn't mean for it to go this far, so on and so forth. So now she's feeling guilty about it. Imagine how guilty she's feeling right now.
And imagine her inbox on every available online platform. Imagine the shit people are sending her right now. Now, granted, she fucking
probably
deserves
nasty.
it. But also, think about the fact that those little girls are I don't know if it's all girls, but they're going to grow up one day. I think he said our girls in the note. But they're going to grow up, and they're going to slowly figure out this story.
Yeah.
Jeez.
This also brings awareness though to the justice system, just in terms of the way that a female we can call the police, and I can say right now, Adam just hit me, and they're instantly going to take you to jail. It's not going to be any type of investigation.
That's why I'm
anything.
sketchy around you.
They're
That's
gonna
why I
take
got to
you.
Boy,
keep my
you.
fucking
It makes
arms
sense
tucked
though.
in.
No, but for real,
Adam,
for real.
I'll squabble you.
Because Adam did say it in the chat. Like, I didn't understand it. Adam made me feel kind of weird about it because I was like, maybe I felt weird because you were right. Like when you were saying it, you were
Right.
like, why are y'all doing this? This ain't fucking cool.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When you were saying that, and I was like, maybe it's because I feel like Adam was kind of right about that. Like, damn, and I wasn't looking at it like that. I was like, damn, I look at Gina just as like a coworker, like that's the homegirl. Like, nigga, she does funny shit. She like one of the fellas pretty much when it comes to how we work and move as a unit. So I didn't really look at it like that. But when you did it, it kind of made me feel awkward. Maybe it's because I didn't understand it at the time.
But the
And
fucked
it
up
was
part
probably
is
true.
just that, anyone could get offended or anyone
never know, too.
could get their feelings hurt. It's not just the girls that could get their feelings hurt, but we all kind of assume that the dudes are never going to fucking, that dudes can work shit out themselves and that girls are these special little princesses that we need to protect from the terrible things that we're talking about, which is kind of unfair.
Yeah.
But
well, continue to protect me. I appreciate it.
Okay.
But women, I do think, we do respond with emotion versus logic. And now this man got arrested. And
that's why we're
then
worried about you.
led into.
Let's be real.
Adam, it's not about me. It's about her.
We don't judge women by the same standards
I've
that we
said
judge
this,
men. We
though.
judge them differently. Let's be real.
Listen
Facts.
to me. I'm a man that's came from dealing with women in my time. So what I do understand is you can never control a woman's emotions. When she's mad, and she's gonna push the line. That's the only way a woman knows
on how you act.
But a woman knows that physically, well, some women can't physically beat up a man. You know what I'm saying? So they figure out another way to hurt him. You hurt his career. You hurt his life.
Make him jump off a building at Disneyland.
You tell him stuff that you don't, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to make your life a living fucking hell. Even though I know you didn't do this, she could possibly have told him. Like, I know you didn't do this, but I know it's my word against yours.
Yeah.
That's pushing that power.
Or she
That's misusing it.
Or she used the secrets that he didn't confided in her over these last 3 years and then used that shit against you when it's time or when it works for her. You know what I'm saying? When you sitting late night having them conversations, I'm sure he was having them conversations with his wife. He's probably telling her all his insecurities. You know what I'm saying? And then
Ain't that what spouses do?
Yeah, that's what they
I thought
do.
that's what you're supposed to do. A lot of pillow talking goes on when you're in a relationship. Not a situationship, but a relationship. So there's going to be a lot of pillow talk that goes on. There's going to be a lot of things that a man's wife's going to hear that he doesn't necessarily want her going and repeating.
At all.
But they get upset and they use it against your ass.
They don't act rational when emotions are involved.
I felt like fucking Jada Pinkett said something to Will that night. I feel like, oh, you gonna keep letting this nigga roast me?
Yeah.
She
Oh, you
definitely
gonna
gave
keep
him
letting
that
him
look.
say
In her
something to me?
face, yeah.
But I'm saying then that's that look of, oh, you gonna keep letting him say
Yeah.
something about me? Wait till we get home, because nigga, I know all your shit, and I don't know what that may entail too. It's not my
Yeah.
business, but I do know that conversations like that happen.
Did you guys remember the scene on A Thin Line Between Love and Hate where the character, when she was beating herself in the refrigerator? And
I've
then
never seen that.
Sick.
it was basically it's Martin Lawrence. I forget the woman's name, the other character, but
She was fine too.
She was pretty
back
much,
in the day. She's still a pretty
She
black
still
lady. I
look
forgot
good
her.
as
Yeah, I
fuck.
forgot her
talking
name, but I know exactly who you're talking about. She was
I
hella
can't
crazy.
think of her name. Yeah, she was crazy as fuck.
She would beat
Anyway,
herself up and start laughing in front of his ass or
Yeah.
something. He'd be like, bitch, you tripping.
saying all that to say, I've seen that in person as a child with my dad, where a woman sat up there, fucks herself up, act like, yep, you going to jail, nigga. Like, watch this, you going to jail.
It's control.
Called the police. My daddy was gone for 3 years.
It's because you know what? And I want you to know something. It's a part of control, taking everything from him. She knows that at the end of the day, when you go to jail, you dead to the world. You dead to the streets. And the only person you probably have to call is her. I went to a anger management class. I had to do 52 weeks in an anger management class one time, whatever. They send you to that type of shit when you go through disputes, whatever the case may be.
to a few.
And I ain't gonna lie, I learned a lot. I really did. You know what I'm saying? But I noticed that a lot of the people that were in this class were still with the person that put them in there.
Right.
It's kind of weird, right?
Yeah.
But it's like,
All the time.
but a woman knows though. But a woman knows that when she puts you in jail, now you gonna listen, because all you got is to call her. Who you gonna call?
I'm gonna call my mama.
Think about that. No,
I'm
that's
never calling
cool.
her.
Keep me
No,
away
I'm
from
saying
them
that's
girls.
cool,
I
but
know
there's
what
a
you're
lot of
saying.
people-
I'm
There's
just
a lot
saying,
of people
I
that
don't like
don't
them
have.
bitches.
There's a lot of people that don't have their mama. So nigga, who you gonna call? And that's the only bitch you got. Let's say you moved across the country. You only your parents probably passed away. Heaven forbid they ever do. But just they pass away, and all you have is you. And you go out here, you go move with this girl. You go fuck with her, and she fucks around, and she puts you in jail because she feels like you ain't listening.
But would you, if a girl lies on you to the police one time,
I'm not fucking with
I'm
her.
not gonna lie. I would rather
gone.
be in my cell fucked up than call the person who put me
yeah,
in the
to
cell.
me that's unthinkable.
At all. I'm not calling
You know,
you. I don't
I've never
give a fuck
even
if I'm
had
in
to
here
consider
starving.
that. That's like-
it's not happening.
I
I'm not
thought
gonna
about
pick
it
up
like
the phone
this.
and
It's
call
like
you.
your friend snitching on you, but it's way worse because your friend snitching on you, he's just a dude like you, right? You know girls have superpowers in the situation, so it's like that, but worse.
So y'all, with this situation, since that is his wife, essentially she's the person who's supposed to plan the funeral and do all of that.
Never.
Let's
Have
say
fun.
the funeral
Not even
happens.
as a family member.
Is she even
Never.
allowed to come to the funeral?
No.
You
Hell
can't
no.
even
But
leave
they're-
the crib.
No.
We beating that bitch up outside.
Straight up.
See, they're
Packed out.
white.
No cap.
They
We beat
white.
that bitch
Okay,
up
well,
in the
guess
parking
what?
lot.
That's cool. Okay, then just do it like how we would say. Okay, a white person do. Hey, you're just not allowed here.
Right.
We don't. We
We're
don't
gonna do a
need you
private
here.
ceremony.
Our family don't. Well, we know Adam. You do shit a little differently.
No, but
But
for me
Adam
too.
said, hell
I'm
no.
saying
No.
for
Beating that
But-
bitch
but
up in the
Adam-
parking
For
You
you,
lot.
can,
that's-
you can
Adam-
hit the cemetery. You can go to the tombstone. You can leave your flowers. Just don't be there when I'm there.
Are y'all gonna-
Because I hate you for life, bitch.
For
You're
life.
the
Beat that
reason
bitch
he's
up in the
dead.
parking
for
lot?
life. Hey, that's
You've
real
been
shit.
around
though.
us too long.
You've been
What?
around
Yeah,
us too
he
No,
long.
I'm just saying,
That's
like, I
what
can
it is.
never-
It's
That
rubbing
was
off on
weird.
you, bro.
He was
Like, that was some
supposed to
shit
say
like,
we're
I'm
gonna
trying to
have
take
a
page from
private
your book,
ceremony.
but he took a page from my book.
No,
Like,
he
I
was about to say.
what?
He was about to say, "Cuz."
Listen, cuz,
You ain't allowed over here.
if the homie is dead because a bitch lied on him and said some crazy ass shit about him, then for sure she is a op for life. You
life.
cannot fuck with her in any
4L, bitch.
way at
For
all,
life.
It's up.
ever.
It's up, bitch. 4L.
forever.
Well,
Oh, you must feel indifferent.
Gina.
To hear that sigh was like I feel just a little different because I feel
No.
like maybe they had a relationship you feel like nobody else knew about.
no.
Gina,
That bitch shouldn't even be allowed to breathe right now.
if you and I don't even want to say this
needs to
because I
hop in
feel
the
like
grave with
you
his
told me
ass.
about a similar situation to this, but if you had a relative who was a victim of domestic abuse that ended with her dying, you can never fucking go anywhere near the dude again, right?
I'm waiting for his he appeal in March.
Oh yeah, call us.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that now. So
Almighty gonna be waiting outside the
I
penitentiary.
actually stopped going to court for that reason because I just couldn't take it no more. It was just like, all right, this is just too much. I'm just coexisting with the it's like, yeah, this is nah.
You gotta go.
You gotta, yeah, but
Your expiration date.
free
is
that
soon.
man though.
Hey, what I say? Free that man so we could what?
See
See
that
that man.
man.
Stop motherfucking playing. Free
Straight
that
up,
man so
man.
we could see that man.
See that man.
We don't wish jail on nobody. We
Nobody.
wish
I don't
death
wish it on my worst
on my
enemy.
worst enemy. I wish.
wish
I
that shit
hope
on my
you
worst
off the
enemy.
same earth I'm off. I don't want you to go to jail.
Need you outside, player.
Do y'all really think we Governor Newsom is about to give us these reparations?
I fucking hope so. It's not happening, but I hope so.
I don't. I think.
not happening.
I think that's just some
We've been
cap
talking
to
about that
get
for
people
300
excited.
years. I wish. nigga.
They would have changed that 200 years ago.
Thank you.
$223,000
Per
per person.
To all descendants
Boy.
If they got that type of money,
of slaves in California
Bruh.
for housing. Well, a lot of the slaves came
Come
from
on.
down south, so we need to probably start there.
my daddy done
How are we
already.
in California first?
Yeah, there is no descendants.
I don't
of
even
slaves.
understand.
I get what you're saying, descendants of slaves in California, but their word, no, everybody, my
Let's start it.
grandparents, my
South.
grandma migrated from Alabama.
Shout out to the South, man.
There was no one just here that
My
was,
people,
you know what I'm
Mississippi.
saying? They all, my
Shout
people
out to 'em.
migrated from Alabama. So
My
you're going to
da-
have to trace
I know
your
the real
shit to the South.
My daddy done already got all the paperwork gathered together and waiting for whatever you need to upload it on.
But wasn't this like debunked, or was there like
They
somebody
do this
saying
every
that
couple years.
this
Adam over here
thing-
doing research.
They do this every couple
No,
years.
I just
This is
yeah.
cap.
They do this every couple years, though.
Adam, is that a flower pop on the back of your phone?
You like that?
Nah.
It's
Pause.
It
definitely
was my
different
girls.
for
I
you.
took it. I like having the thing.
Pause.
Pause.
Do your thing, though.
Do your thing.
I'm just okay. Maybe it's not debunked. I thought I saw some people saying that this was not true.
Well, I don't think it's true. I mean,
don't
I
believe
think that the headline is real and they're discussing it. I just don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, a 9-member reparations task force found that Californians who are descendants of enslaved African Americans should be compensated, roughly $250,000 each due to housing discrimination practices from 1933 to 1977. Which actually, that's really interesting that they're trying to get reparations based on something much more specific.
The way and
because
can I
it's
speak
way
on it?
after slavery.
Can I speak on it
Yeah.
for real? I just want to touch on that and I want everybody to listen to me. Now we're gonna do this for housing discrimination, pretty much like putting people in bad areas.
Yeah.
Like pretty much putting all black folks in bad areas. But I'm gonna be real, man. They put shit together for us. We just fucked it up.
But where are people?
We fuck shit up a little bit. We gonna take down the courts. We take down the nets. We push the trash cans in the pool. Nobody else doing that shit, man. So we can't say that like housing did. We make it, no matter what neighborhood we live in, we make that.
But look,
We make
one
that.
thing
We
I
have
can say,
full-blown
though,
control of it.
One thing I can say though is that when they started a lot of these housing things in the 70s, and I said this last time I was with Adam, is a lot of the criteria was you had to be a single black woman.
That's
we couldn't
true,
even
too.
be in the house.
No.
You had to be a single black woman. So of course that shit made generations fucked
It made
up
welfare.
You know what I'm saying?
It made welfare
To be
thrive.
on welfare, you couldn't have a black man in
Yeah,
your
it made
house.
welfare thrive.
It don't work.
I'm just saying,
I
I feel
promise.
like it starts within our people, man. We could take care of these communities. We could take care of
We
these
shouldn't have
neighborhoods.
accepted the
it
welfare
starts
shit.
with us. I'm not going to listen, homie, because if we're going to get to talking about what the white man do to us, hey, man, that's cool. Fuck all the bullshit. It's about what we do when we in these neighborhoods. We can't keep blaming them, homie. We gotta take responsibility at some fucking point in time here to say, okay, enough is enough. You don't see sit-ins. I don't see people doing what Martin Luther King did, Malcolm X, by any means necessary. The man stood for something. There was principles. There was no guns involved. It was never power of gun. It was power of mind. That's what I want to see come back. And I think that that's what's going to help rejuvenate our communities, because I care about what's going on in our community, homie. We can't keep blaming the outsiders if that's what we're going to consider it. We have to start taking control of that. Who else are we going to blame?
One thing I want to say, every civil dispute that we've had since I've been An adolescent, I've been at every single one.
Yeah.
Trayvon Martin riots,
Yeah.
everything. Since Trayvon, I've been at every single thing. So, and it's a lot of shit that goes on in the city that we do that might not be televised. That's how it was 40 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll be there.
Almighty, I can't blame the white man for this man becoming my op. I had to make him my op.
But
we had to have a problem.
Nah,
we had
but
to
the
create
white man
our own
made it.
problem.
Nah.
We gotta live together.
I think we gotta get back to the origin of it though, because it wouldn't
By living together.
I couldn't even had no op if they didn't even put us in a displacement to where we had to strive. If our communities was able to thrive, and every time we do get something, they come take it. Black Wall Street. Every time we build something within the community, they come tear it down to where now I have to take something from you because the motherfuckers when we establish something, they come knock it down.
I'm just talking about our
It's getting real
communities
serious.
at hand. And us putting together just like keeping our shit safe, keeping our shit clean. That's what I thought gangs was created for. It was to protect the people that couldn't help themselves in smaller communities. That's what I saw gangs even get created for. It was to protect people who couldn't protect themselves. From whether it was the law, whether it was other enemies, it was to push out the bullshit. I don't really see that anymore.
Look,
I have not heard that from one motherfucking mouth that they say, hey, man, we just trying to keep the bullshit out and keep the riffraff out. You know what I'm saying? That's what I respect. And I got homies that came from back in the day. And that's why I feel like that's the narrative we should be pushing, because I feel like we would get a lot more respect, not just from people in the streets, but from people in the world. They'll listen to us. We will move mountains. This shit'll turn small. There's a bigger picture to this shit.
Yeah.
I just feel like there is. And if we can start to really pinpoint what's going on with us, I think that we'll start to get somewhere. Fuck anybody else from the outside. They don't matter. It's us that matter. Black is beautiful. Black is excellence. Let's get it back to that.
But there's tons of examples of
I see Wallow trying to push the narrative. I see a lot of other like YouTubers and influencers and just people like that trying to really push the narrative, but people don't really cling to that. We more cling to the riffraff and the drama.
But there's so many good examples of like black entrepreneurs over the last few years. And it's like, I feel like somebody like Wallow and Gilly are definitely an example of a success story of black dudes who are just literally from nothing.
Shout out to Wallow and Gilly.
Who have just built like one of the biggest hip hop podcasts off literally nothing besides their fucking, their mouthpieces. But also it's like, there's a big difference between like certain extremely talented outlier examples who are able to be successful. It's just like them being successful is an inspiration to a lot of like much smaller creators who maybe can make $500 or $1,000 a month off of YouTube. But ultimately, like that's not the systematic change that has to take place in order for the average black person in the hood to have a better life, you know?
facts.
We got to
need
help
more
each other. Hey, homie, I'm going to say this. I see the Mexicans helping each other. Them niggas are moving 10 man into a house of 10. And guess what happens? The one that started it, the other 9 will get it up, and then all 9 of them will go get houses. And they'll put 10 of their people in it. Nigga, when you seen that with our people?
We can't.
We need to start doing something. Man, we could try.
We can't.
Let's
We
try.
on welfare. Everybody got to get out the house when we do the weekly check.
We can put it together. Them people be coming with nothing. Half them people be immigrants. They don't even be having nothing to even get welfare.
Because they going to get outside and
Well,
I
let's
get what
get
you're saying.
outside.
I get what you're saying. And at
Let's
the same
get
time,
outside.
we can say that, but it's like we didn't. I get exactly where you're coming from. I feel you.
We have excuses. I'm with you on that. But it can
It's
only
not
go so
excuses.
far. You know what I'm
We
saying?
got-
Or
it's not
reasons,
excuses. We got
reasons.
real reasons.
Reasons.
Like, you
But
get what I'm saying?
After a while, they're going to start looking like excuses. We can change this shit.
All right, serious question. Every hood has like a liquor store, and like 90% of the time it's not owned by black people, right?
Facts.
Yeah.
What's to stop black people from just starting up their own liquor store across
Can't
the
even
street?
get a loan.
It's hard to get a
How the
loan.
fuck I'm
Liquor
gonna
But
get a
license.
certain individual
I
black
think
people
black-
for
Liquor
sure
license
could.
hard to get, man.
It's hard.
Liquor license is hard to get for,
hard.
but
Black-
especially for a black person.
It's hard.
I'm just saying that black people should literally, from my perspective, if you really care about black people owning the institutions in your neighborhood, you should just literally, every business that's owned by somebody who you view as like a vulture or whatever, just start a competing business and take them out of business.
I'm too
black
busy.
people-
I'm too busy
It sounds
trying to worry
easier
about.
said than done.
But I'm too busy trying to worry about outshining the next nigga. So how the fuck am I gonna worry about
But-
trying to go get me a business? I'm just being real. I'm too worried about trying to get a bigger chain than the next nigga, bigger rims than the next nigga. I'm too worried about trying to get me a Rolls right now because this nigga got S63 and he's shitting on me. I'm too worried about getting that. I'm not thinking about going to get no liquor license. Adam.
But it could be a profitable business for
But you know where that stems
that
from,
person,
though?
right? It's
That
like,
stems from, nigga, I can't even read this book. So I'm finna be in the field with you picking up shit bigger than you can. Because I can't even do the shit that the people who are hired enough, I can't even read. So I'm gonna compete with you on a level that you can, because I don't even know that there's anything past these 4 blocks that I have. Because my grandmom don't know, my dad, mom don't know, and the people, when they did come here, you had to be a certain way to get to certain things. Like, you know what I'm saying? As far as getting your housing, and I go back to that, like to get shit right, you need to have a place to stay. You need to have access to education and access to health and food. Health, food, care, land. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? Health, food, care, land. And to get the home, we can't have the black man inside the house. So now when you don't have the black man inside the house, who's gonna now we have systematic.
And that's a systematic mixture. And I get that, but we don't have to come on, bro. We don't gotta allow that to happen. We change the pace in the game. It's up to us. We have control too. Let's take our control. I want my people. We taking control.
But then
2023, 2020. Hold on, Adam.
Right.
2023, 2024. We need to start fucking taking control, and we can start really owning this shit. Because black people, we have power. But I just feel like we misuse it. Go ahead, Gina.
Well, in response to Adam's question, I think probably
no, he goes, Adam, hold on, and then he goes, Gina, next.
No, I'm saying
before we get off of Adam's question,
get on the, you know what I'm saying, the good.
It's okay.
All right, wait.
We don't have to solve systematic racism
Adam,
right now.
Let me say this. When you just said, well, why don't you guys go try and do X, Y, and Z and just buy? Do you guys remember about the Crenshaw Plaza when the black people just tried to buy the Crenshaw Plaza and they took the lower bid from the white man?
When was that?
This was just maybe last year or the year before. This is very recent. They just sold the Crenshaw Plaza. Black community group loses bid to buy LA Mall despite being the highest bidder.
I'm just saying, like, I'm a BMX dude, and if there's a BMX shop that I don't like, I could just open one up across the street.
Of course you can.
We're out of business.
Well, that does exist. That's what I was trying to say. It's probably like not liquor stores or 7-Elevens or anything, but there are places in the hood that are owned by black people, and it's not up to the people. I don't think the people that still live in the hood and are still there can afford it. It's more so the people who have got money and got out the hood that is able to do that.
But that's how it's supposed to be. You're some guy who went to college, so you just fucking open up a bunch of restaurants in your neighborhood or something. Yeah,
it could be
but
a hood nigga too.
But you know, at some point you're gonna have to figure out how to like get a decent amount of capital. And there probably are loans and funds and shit out there that you
they're
might
just
be able
not,
to hit,
but they're not giving them to people like us, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel where he's coming from on that. They're not really trying to give us any of that, man. They're trying to keep us in a certain area. And I feel you. They're not giving people loans. They're not just trying to give everything to everybody. But my nigga, we gotta try.
But do y'all know what EDD
try.
opened the door for?
I'm not taking that away.
But
we
gotta
try. But fuck with the white people. Like, think what y'all would think of us. No, man, we gotta try. I get it. It's our own problem. We gonna take care of this for our own people. We don't need nobody to look in. Fuck your welfare. Fuck all that shit. We don't need none of that shit. We gonna build this shit up, and we can be strong too, bro. That's how we keep getting looked down upon. I want us to break away from that. Break those shackles.
But
then we don't live in a time anymore to where like me and you, Almighty Gina, we was never slaves. We was never any of that. We can read. We can read. So we do have that. We can't say like
that's why
whether
I feel
my
like
grandmama can't read or my grandpa.
And that's how they
we
get you in a
shouldn't keep
different
making this an
place.
excuse.
Now
we can read.
Now we can read, but now we can't get loans.
But y'all,
I can't get bank loans.
But now we're not acknowledging.
We can't move in certain neighborhoods.
We're not acknowledging those black people who have franchised the Sheiks and have Millennium shoe stores and Lace, which is owned by a black man, and there's restaurants.
They letting
and shit.
us in, but you know
people
what I'm
is buying these Tams and things like that.
Didn't
like
QC
this shit
buy
does
60
exist.
Bojangles or some shit. You know?
I think
a lot of these fucking Subways
see.
are franchised. People are doing it. So
that shit they could really put money into the community
with
if those
EDD,
people choose to
with
support
EDD
that shit,
open
you know?
up the door for it. Do y'all know how many fucking lash techs exist now and these bitches just open up shops and stuff? My best friend just bought a shop.
But is that a good thing?
EDDs was not a good thing.
Does the
Actually
world
put
need more
everybody
lash
in
techs?
debt. Put everybody in fucking
Do
debt.
they?
You got to pay all that shit back.
I'm just saying that for us to say that there's a lack of resources, that's what I'm saying. You have to be, if I'm somebody that want to buy a fucking 7-Eleven, and I'm not saying that, Adam, you would give me the money, but if you are a resource, it's like, let me figure out how I can get this done.
But you should start a black 7-Eleven.
Who did you
Brainstorm,
hear?
call it Blevin.
Hey,
well, I
let me
actually
ask
want a vending machine.
Did you
with
know
wing
5
carrier.
people when people was getting checks for EDD, right? I didn't get shit. I was a real street nigga. I was still trapping out the street, so I didn't really touch nothing. They didn't give me nothing, nigga. I didn't get no checks to nothing. Did you know 5 people that probably touched 30 to 40,000?
I know people who touch
That they
more.
really touched more, and all they went and bought was crab legs,
I know
liquor,
people-
and clothes.
And rooms at the level.
And rooms. And I seen so
I know
many
people
people
who
in
bought
Vegas
real
nigga,
estate.
at that time.
Dunks.
I know
don't
people who bought real estate in Houston.
Hey, let me tell you something. Well, I haven't seen any of that getting posted on Instagram. I've seen crab legs.
I
good-
know people
good
who
dinners,
started rental
clothes,
car
and nothing
businesses.
else.
Like people was making a lot of people did fuck the money off, but at the same time, a lot of people put good use
That
to
shit
it.
was a loan.
Off
that
EDD
shit
fraud?
was never free
Yeah.
money.
Off
I
fraud.
think the problem
At
is
fraud, like you do it off drug money.
The problem
It's,
is,
you
bro,
know?
I respect
financial
that shit.
literacy is the problem. And I'm gonna keep it 1,000. If Adam get $100,000, look, if you give me $100,000 right now, I'm gonna keep it a band. I'm going to buy a watch. I'm gonna keep it a band.
No, I understand why. No,
I'm gonna keep it a band.
Watch
The
his whole
first
life.
time,
Keep it a band.
the first time I ever got a big check, 200 grand, I didn't buy nothing. I put it in the bank.
Financial and
Just
I'm
saying.
just saying and I get it though, and I'm just saying to speak to the average
get a soda
the
bottle.
average nigga
Get a
who
soda
looks
bottle.
like me. They've never even
go.
seen 100,000. You know what I'm saying? Or when they do get that, the first thing we want to do is be able, just like Sharp said,
I
is
did buy
to
a grill,
shine
I think,
harder
actually.
than the
I
next
wanna shine
nigga.
harder than
Who's
the next nigga. That's
Well,
my
my
we
grill,
do
that's
that
just as
to
bad.
say-
That's my
look,
mentality.
Another reason why we do that to shine so hard is because when I walk in these white ass places, they look at me like I'm a bum unless I have this shit on. They look at me like I'm crazy. They look at me like I'm crazy. When I walk in with this shit, they be like, "Oh my God, what do you do?" When I don't, they follow me around the store.
Oh my mama.
So
Ooh,
nigga, I
he
do
hit
this
the-
shit for a
Talk
reason.
that shit though.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Because I don't like how niggas just be like, "Oh,
Ooh.
we can do it too." Nah.
Yes.
If I walk in looking like Adam, a nigga's gonna follow me. If I walk in your store with the hoodie all black and nothing on, they're gonna follow me.
Can I tell you something?
I promise
When
you.
we were downtown, there was a dude, Evan, I think it was, who worked across the street from us at this vape shop, right? Black dude, and he would dress super proper every day. He'd wear like a button-up shirt, tucked in jeans, whatever. And I remember saying to him one time, I'm like, "Why you keep the preppy dress code?" And he goes, "Bro, if you're a black dude working in downtown LA and you want to be taken seriously, you better fucking dress nice, because everybody will fucking mistake you for a crackhead or a crazy person
Straight
if
up.
you don't." And I've just realized in that moment that, like, yeah, downtown, like when probably like 80% of the homeless people are black or some shit, it's like, imagine that guy, like it's on him. And he's a dude who wants to be taken seriously, not in the way of like rocking a diamond watch or whatever, or rocking a chain. He just wants to be taken serious as like a worker at a company. So he got to really dress like way more proper than everybody else who works there to keep that impression.
Establishment still.
I would feel more comfortable walking, I'm not gonna lie to you, in Skid Row with a watch on and chain, because people respect you more for who you are, not really what you wearing. You got to kind of stand for something. As of like more in the corporate and media world, jewelry and cars and clothes, it do play a little bit of a determining factor in how you do get treated. You know what I'm saying? And I feel you on that. That's why when we get up to go to the mall, it's okay for you, Adam, to roll out the bed. You can roll into some clothes and go to the mall. You probably won't get treated any different. You're gonna walk.
You put
in
your little
People are
sweatsuit
going
on,
to
you're gonna look
expect you
good.
to
Come
have
on.
money
You
regardless.
could have not
saying,
showered in a week. You
like,
put on a
I
nice
could-
little
I could
Palm
put on-
Angel sweatsuit.
I could put on all my jewelry, the nicest clothes that I just bought from Neiman Marcus, and they still gonna follow me around. I'm just being real with you. It's
Facts.
just a little different, bro.
Hey, I got tattoos. They probably gonna follow me around too, but I did this to myself.
They don't give a fuck about that though. You
And
don't-
that's a little different though. He did it
I've
to
been
himself
profiled.
though. I just wake up like
I-
black.
you probably
know what I'm
have.
saying?
profiled,
He
but-
did it to
Probably have.
himself. That's
You
a little
probably
different.
But it is. It's literally like a
different.
white dude's version of
Yeah.
like turning yourself into a
Right.
fucking minority. Is
Right.
you get these face tattoos so that you can be like, I look a little edgy, you know?
Facts, and that was a choice, nigga. I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
have no choice. I was just born a nigga, but I was just saying
I
that
get the
to-
difference for sure.
I
yeah.
was
You feel
too.
me? I'm just saying that to say, like, we gotta do certain shit just to even feel like a nigga even matter in a certain space. And it's not about how we feel, it's how a nigga gets treated in with the people who run this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? If, like I just said, with Adam, when he come outside the house looking like how they already expect him to have money, not because he's Adam22, just because of how he looks. He's Caucasian. They just expect for him, and I'm not saying that's always right.
And I
because
got the
there's white
blower
people
on me.
who come from the slums too. You know what I'm saying?
They better
There's-
respect me.
There's Caucasians who come from the slums, nigga, trailer parks and all type of shit like
I
that.
know a few of
But
them.
I for sure know some.
I know a few
but
of them.
just the overall look on it. I always say it's not about what it is, it's about how it looks. You know what I'm saying? Because you could be a certain way, but it's about how it looks. You could be the most the most outstanding citizen. But if the lawyer, if the prosecution make you look demonized, you're going down. It doesn't matter if you were the best person your whole life. It's all about perception. You get what I'm saying? It's about perception. You could have been the greatest nigga your whole life. And it's all about perception. If they can paint that picture, and I'm just saying that to say it's perception with shit. And we try to get a better perception of how we look when we go in places so we can get treated the same way how a white dude who can walk in with nothing gets treated. That's it.
I feel you.
Nigga don't want to get treated differently when we go to these places. That's all it be. You know?
Sometimes I wonder what type of slave I would have been.
Oh my God.
But come on. We was such on a good roll
We was
here.
on
Because y'all
fire.
getting a little too serious in here.
Oh, it's really not.
Getting
So
somewhere.
let me tell you what I think.
I want him to see that we can actually have these kind of conversations.
Yeah, I can do
Because
this.
you know what's so cold? People are afraid to have these conversations with black people.
Right.
So I want to show them we can have these.
Or they
can
think
have these.
I was like,
have these
that's the most
They think
inappropriate
nigga isn't
conversation I could ever weigh in
intellectual
on.
have
Yeah.
these conversations.
For real, like, yeah, I think we're in a good place right now because it actually gets to show, I believe it shows Adam and maybe some of the other viewers some type of transparency from this. Some type of transparency. Might not be all the way on point, but we're at least 4 individuals trying to deliver that. Some type of transparency, you know what I'm saying, throughout all of this. I'm not on either side. I feel like it's fucked up on both sides. We need to fix it. I'm not going to keep blaming the white man. I'd rather go get my people because I'm tired of hearing their fucking mouths. And I think that we can get this shit together on our own and we can have some real black excellence, nigga, and we might fuck around and really start really owning some shit.
Well, that's why I'm saying I'm tired of
Some
the
scared, like we'll really start scaring them.
But
of
then
the
it's going to be a
excuses.
problem.
We
I
have
promise
the
you.
resources.
Well, at least we'll be in position by that point to be able to go even have a problem.
This happened,
with
nigga. Black
people.
Wall Street.
We have the resources to be successful. It's all about utilizing them.
They
All
don't
of
like
that-
these conversations, Gina, because this will really bring us all together, including Adam. Adam will start even taking like, oh, okay, I really do fuck with people that they see it, like they can
Yeah.
understand it. Nobody's sitting there just stuck in a box.
But I
And-
think we're able to go out and get the shit that we want and start the businesses that we want to do. I don't believe that they're holding us back anymore. We are seeing too many black successful entrepreneurs to continue to make that the excuse is that they holding us back and they not providing us with these opportunities when we should be going to get them ourselves.
Look, Gina, I feel that. I feel like the door was closed, right? And I feel like they just cracked it a little bit and was like, you niggas can get through because y'all knocking on it too hard.
Yeah.
So we're going to crack it a little bit, let a couple of y'all get in. How many black billionaires is it really, though?
But how
like,
about
let's
this?
Really,
get
though?
to it.
But how
Really,
about this?
though?
We are
It's a
in
handful.
we are living in the era and the time of the entrepreneur. Our parents told us to go to fucking college and be regular people. Like, where do we put any type of accountability on them? When I told my daddy I wanted to do media, he was like, yeah, you should go be an RN.
My mama, when I told my mama,
You know,
I
this
wanted
is
to be
foreign to
a
them, to
rapper,
the
she told
generations
me,
before
go
us.
do something more realistic.
When you grow up in low-level situations, you'll start to see from a very early age that type of shit, being doctors and lawyers, and that shit sounds cool.
Sounds great.
That shit sounds cool, homie. But when you start to see that that's probably not going to be your trajectory or that's not going to be the way that you're going to get to be able to catapult because of lack of resources, you start to try to stem to other things.
Can you really sacrifice 12 years of school when you're trying to
You
survive?
start to look at other things, man.
You know?
Like, come
It's
on, bro.
hard.
There's people that have problems going to school that have kids that are single mothers or
Fuck
single
all that. I'm
fathers.
putting a bitch on beach and ball, right?
Oh my God.
No, you're not.
No, you're not. Fucking
Almighty, please don't.
That's
hit
my
me.
new spot.
don't do
Please
that.
don't hit me.
That's where I'm at.
He started that shit.
You know, beach and ball,
I'm
right?
trying
don't
to get
hit.
beat
No?
up on the show today, bro. Live stream. That would fucking do another 5 million, wouldn't it?
Hey, ask about me. I'm on tracks, boy. I'm on tracks, boy.
ain't no fucking
That's my
shit.
favorite quotable from
Hey,
that.
I'm on tracks, boy.
Boy.
No cap. Hey, I really meant it. Dog. I
That
felt it
was
in my
hard.
soul. Nigga, I was passionate as fuck. Oh,
I felt the ism.
Adam, do you respect the tracks? You respect blades?
Sure.
You respect, you know what I'm saying?
This
Like,
is Ain't
been to
working-
many,
Working
but-
blades, do you respect that? Are you
I respect
comfortable with it?
anybody out here trying to get some honest money.
Talk
Now,
that
I
shit.
assume a lot of that shit ain't honest. There's probably a lot of guys taking advantage, probably a lot of bitches fucked up on drugs. I don't know. But in theory, if that's where I
Them the
believe
niggas that we trying to weed out.
I believe prostitution should be legalized and regulated. I've been to Amsterdam. I've seen how it can go down in a regulated, controlled environment that's safe for everybody involved. And I don't think it needs to be taking place on some random fucking street in LA. That's bad for everybody. It's never going to go away. They need to just license it, regulate it, make it so it can be
Monetize
on
it.
the up and up.
Well, I believe that it's at the point to where it's just like marijuana, right?
Right.
They didn't legalize it because I feel like they didn't really understand how to tax it at first because they didn't really believe that people were going to be honest about it. You know what I'm saying? About the situation and what they really make because, in things like that, it's always been a hustler's mentality, it's, on the street. You know what I'm saying? So you'll never really know how much people make. That's cool. But let's think about how many things that they have legalized or things that they do that you don't know people make still more on the side. So it's like, can you really sit there and try to call that like a black hole to where we don't really know how to tax it, so we're not going to legalize it. You know how to tax it, just like you tax every fucking thing else. Figure out a system.
Right.
Figure out a system. Come on. You figure out systems for everything else. Figure out a system.
OnlyFans.
No, let's be real. Let's be real because they don't really consider
shit.
OnlyFans. OnlyFans, like I said, that shit brought in a whole different realm of people. It's ran by a different realm of people. It's not ran from people that actually started on the streets. Like I said, this
It's ran by the creators.
For OnlyFans.
152.
Let's
I heard
okay.
it started off as like a sports type of thing.
Fun
OnlyFans?
fact.
Yeah.
152.
Fun fucking fact, okay? For OnlyFans, for people that think that OnlyFans really pops, for OnlyFans, you already had to have a following somewhere else. You don't just pop off of OnlyFans.
That's why mine didn't go anywhere.
That's
But
why
it's all the
people-
social media platforms that everybody else has.
You had
access
to already been teasing people on other shit to where you had a cool 250,000 followers, 350,000 followers.
OnlyFans is a bad platform
where you can
to
migrate
grow.
them.
It's just a place to send people so that
Right.
they can give you money.
To send people
Right.
from your other social media
But
platforms.
that's what you have to have
You have to
somewhere
have a
else where you
following
can
somewhere
migrate
else.
them.
You can't even see a photo damn near when you go to people's OnlyFans. It actually sucks. I wish I could go at it and look at 10 photos of the chick before I decide I want to fucking drop money on it or whatever. Do we have another topic that we could talk about here?
I would actually like to partake in some bad podcasting.
In what way?
I want to go back to the first question I asked you.
What was that?
How do you feel about other media platforms saying that No Jumper is a circus?
Kind of overlooked that, I ain't gonna lie.
Circus sounds fair.
Do I?
Felt
I'm
that.
gonna
At
be
least
real,
in
Adam.
recent memory.
Adam,
Like, hey,
but Adam,
yeah.
I'm gonna be real. I don't really think that we have any acts.
That part.
I'm gonna just be real with you. I can understand
That's
if we
fair.
had fucking this script or something, right? To where you're all right, well, Sharp, we know how you get down. Look, you're gonna go in on this bitch. I've never gotten instructions like
Well,
that. We don't do that here. That's not the
Specifically in
business.
reference to the drama that happens here. That, you can kind of come here. You might get squabbled.
We're trying to tamp down on it a little bit. Obviously the squabble, that's that only happened once.
Yeah.
Obviously, I mean, Flacco
That was in
kinda-
rare form.
Flacco did
Very
get
rare.
spit on. He kind of asked for it, to be totally honest.
But that shit was all in rare
but
form.
it seemed like it's becoming to the outsiders like this is a reputation.
Nah, that was an exception to the rule. We tamping down on that energy. We're not trying to encourage any of that kind of silliness. That was just an outlier incident that occurred with somebody who realistically kind of pushed it a little too much.
It feels good to hear that from a higher up in the office.
Yeah.
We don't really talk about it, but for you to sit there and air that out on stream, and tell people, that does make me feel a little bit better about the situation.
I just look at us. I don't want us to beef internally.
Right.
At all. I look at TDE. I look at fucking QC. That's how we should move. We could talk about other people's drama, but in terms of our drama,
talk that shit.
Sharp, if I have the biggest fucking beef in the world with you, if me and you have this crazy fucking thing that we're arguing about behind the scenes, I don't think we need to make content about it or that anybody needs to know about it unless it's yo, Sharp, that thing that we were beefing about that we're kind of over now, let's talk about it. Or if we have a gentlemanly dispute, it doesn't need to be the biggest thing in the world, but
Right.
I don't believe in using our petty grievances,
Our problems for content.
And I also don't like having people close to our universe who are doing that, who are basically hyping up beef between people for content. I don't think we
No
need to
Jumper
do that.
universe.
We got to tamp down on it.
How about because we did this last
I
week.
like that shit.
Me, Almighty, and Flacco did this last week, and
Yeah.
it was probably our first time doing it. We don't really touch on
I'm gonna get a
office
bottle.
drama.
And I'm gonna let y'all talk about
What
that.
are your
for
thoughts
real.
on that?
Go grab
Just
a bottle
people
for us.
talking about office drama on the live shows.
I think it's stupid. I think we should not encourage it. And yeah, I mean, listen, outsiders are going to talk about us no matter what.
Right.
But I just don't think we should feed into it. And I think
all.
there's been way too much of that. And I would like to, gradually do shit about it.
I think we need to clamp down on a lot of the a lot of the messiness before it spirals out of fucking control. You know?
That's what I'm saying.
Because the bigger the staff get, like, we know each other pretty well in here. I don't talk to everybody every day, but you know what I'm saying? Well, not all of us, but we know each other pretty well. But the bigger we get, the harder this shit is gonna be able to get a fucking control on. That shit is gonna get out of hand fast. And I'm one of the newest niggas here, and I can see it. Like, you know, the more people we add on, it's hard to weed out personalities before you get here. It's kind of easy to weed out my personality because I was a kind of public.
You came in hot.
You know what I'm saying?
But
and
this
from
is my thing.
before already.
Talking about internal gossip and drama is something that people do because they're insecure about making content about real shit. You know, like there's real shit going on in the world. We can come in and have conversations about that. But taking a little shit that's going on behind the scenes or whatever, if me and Gina have a dispute about her fucking job and I don't like how she's doing a job or she doesn't like how she's getting paid or whatever, like let's say it was either of those situations, I mean, we could have that conversation privately and it'll be healthy and probably work out well. We don't have to fucking put that on blast to the world, and if we do, it should be 100% our decision, which is, that's one thing that annoys me, is just the idea of like other people feeling like they get to fucking just like take drama in the office and just turn this into their little thing. It's like, why are we even like tolerating that?
Because once shit is public, you can't take it back.
Is that a new thing? That's because it seemed like before.
Well, having so many people associated with the company,
it was smaller.
if you think about the history of No Jumper, the early days downtown, it was like me, Cam Girl, House Phone, and this dude Robesman, right? Then we get to the Melrose spot. It's like me, Hakeem was on camera a little bit. You have House Phone, you have Cam Girl, but still didn't really grow that much. And we had some random people come on camera, but it wasn't that many. It was mostly interviews still at that time. Even the No Jumper show was like super new in the Melrose spot. Then we're on Santa Monica, still pretty small. Then AD comes in, and that's when all of a sudden the crew starts growing a bunch. Like, was basically after AD came in, that kind of made me realize, like, oh, like before that we hadn't really had a ton of success with making people like the host that much. Like it just hadn't really worked that good. And then with AD, it didn't work at first. They weren't really fucking with them at first, but then like we saw it growing like every fucking week, and it kept kind of growing, and that gave me the confidence to be like, oh, okay, maybe we can do that more.
An issue that I have with these platforms who do talk shit about No Jumper, because
everybody wants to be us, Gina. Come on,
facts. And if they could come and work here, they would.
You have your back and forth with you have to defend yourself on a particular podcast. I think that it's ignored that there are radio stations in LA that don't employ black people.
You're on your Dejan wave, huh?
No.
Coming in like Dejan. How do I say it?
Dejan
Paul.
And a good point, that he made is that these radio stations are not employing black people. And although we have drama over here, Adam is employing black people.
Adam took me off the street. Like, nigga, I was in the streets before this. I'm gonna keep that shit a band. I told Lord, this shit a super blessing. Nobody doing what he doing. Nigga took me off the streets and put me in front of a camera and said, do your thing. I see a big future with this shit. Who the fuck is doing that?
I don't see myself as that different from you guys. Now, maybe I'm crazy.
Because
that's a little apparently delusion, but that's cool.
But you also
that's cool, a little delusional.
Cool though.
You also refer to yourself.
Funny ass response.
You also refer to yourself as AD's twin, so there's that.
That's a delusional. Well, there is the Black Adam movie out now.
I think too. Dang, I forgot what I was about to say. When you handed me the drink,
I'm straight.
I know you be on that water, man.
I'm actually about to hit the limit. I got to go piss and eat steak real quick, so I'm going to let you guys finish up the ending part of this. But then after this, Baba Lamb, me, and Flacco will be on. We're going to see what that fucking slow motion car crash is going to look like.
Oh, boy.
You said it.
Yeah.
We glad you put that shit on
record. It's on them for it to not be that.
We ain't going nowhere.
It's on them for it to not be that.
Adam, you just said that after that speech you just gave about us doing shit like that.
Shout out to Baba Lamb.
Hating on each other?
I'm
not really hating. I'm being sarcastic.
Adam.
I'm being sarcastic. I think it's going to be amazing.
Well, what kind of car ride is this?
This right here?
Yeah. Is this a crash or what do you think?
Oh, like a car. No. This is a lovely convoy headed down the...
He about to text Josh and say, the Monday show's not working out.
Slide into the horizon.
This is Fig.
Shark came in. They're fucking playing.
I'm out.
Bye, Adam. Thank you.
I think this is where we should be, though. I think this is where the conversation gets healthy. I think this shit is good. I like this shit. I like fucking getting you over here in a little bit of smoke. Like, man, Sharp, All right, nigga, let's get it. I feel like, I like
you
that.
feel me? Because
I don't
like when motherfuckers be like, niggas just be agreeing and nah. It's just, we agree on a lot of shit, but the one time I did just disagree, nigga, I'm gonna say something. The fuck? We grown men. It's okay to do that.
Niggas acted like me and you didn't argue for a whole hour.
Like, come on. Like, that's
All
okay.
they do is
It's
just
not
like
an argument. It's a great
okay.
debate.
Like, you feel
It's
me?
a great debate.
That's cool.
It should be like that.
You feel me? No cap. I don't want to be around people who just agree with me all the time, nigga. Correct the nigga sometimes. Everybody needs correction at times.
Hey, speaking of not always agreeing, Glorilla says women should go 50-50 in on relationships.
I like how you did that because you know what I was going to do? I was going to say, fuck that topic because I didn't want to get on relationships. But I like how you did that. I like how you did that.
I'm just riding off my man shit, you know.
right.
Like, speaking of, you
So,
know,
Glorilla-
going 50-50 on situations, you know.
You dropped your lighter.
You 50
Glorilla?
man, speaking on it, you 50-50 ass niggas.
So this is our last topic. We're going to get out of here so they can set up for the next pod. But Glorilla went on this rant saying that she believes that women should go 50-50 with their dudes. And I agree.
Okay. Want me to help you out here?
Go ahead.
I agree. Listen, even coming from my backgrounds, because I come from situationships, not relationships, but I do feel I'm gonna agree with Glorilla, and I don't think she even understands why I'm about to agree with her, but I'm about to get ready to break it down. I feel that in relationships, when you're in a real relationship, I'm talking about boyfriend, girlfriend, everybody listen that's in relationships. When you go 50-50 on situations, it makes y'all respect each other a little bit more. When there's one person taking care of more than the other, that's when the respect factor is going to get imbalanced.
And power comes in there.
Yeah, now I feel like even if I did, like, let's say I'm making more money than you, right? Gina, me and you together. Or let's say you making more money than me. If you felt like you wanted to cheat on me, you're going to probably do it. You probably think about it more because I ain't really doing shit. You mad at me at home.
I'm the financially dominant.
Yeah.
Right. Because it's not going to fuck up my living situation for sure. I'm good regardless.
This is my thing, though, with women. And I understand the whole, fly out, buy a bag, and a man is just supposed to pay for everything. But how is it that a man is going to be financially stable? I don't like this right here.
My bad, Gina. My mama said she liked today's show.
Hey, Mom. Hey,
I
almighty
respect
mama.
the elders. So when I see that, mom's sticking, she come in.
Yeah,
say
she don't
what's
be
up. That's
texting
tight.
me that too often. She texted me
That's
today, said
tight.
I like today's show.
Why are we ending the show so early?
Well, the new...
For who?
Man,
I mean, we could go over.
speak on it.
For who?
I could kick
the feet up.
like how I
Moms
was last
just
week.
gave the okay.
Thank you. My mama just said I like today's
And I feel
show.
like we just getting fucking, hey man, we just settling in around this
did.
The
motherfucker.
fucking...
I know it. The real Monday show.
whole
She trying to
shit
blink it
went
out.
out.
The
You just
real.
blew the mic
I
out.
just blew the whole
You just blew the
motherfucking
mic
mic
out,
out.
Riley.
The real Monday show. You never know who you're gonna see.
I feel like the teacher just left. We can get a little comfortable, get a little...
Ignorant as fuck.
I can slouch
that's when
down.
the teacher go home
Well, I
early
feel
because
like-
she's sick
hey,
and
I
they
feel
waiting
like
for the sub.
This the real breakfast. This the real no quote no
shots.
No relations to the actual Breakfast Club, but to the actual movie. I feel like this the real Breakfast Club, man. We in on Saturdays, man. We all looking good, and we just doing what we do.
You did?
I like it.
Whole lot of fly Gervin.
Everybody looks good. Like everybody looks presentable. Everybody looks clean. Nobody
Thank
looks
you.
like they smell. Nobody looks musty. Everybody looks like they're on point. And
Have you
everybody's
seen
ready.
that? You seen
camera
that
ready.
before?
Once or twice.
Yeah.
You know.
A little
Once or twice.
razzle dazzle
I'm
here
not
and
talking
there.
about nobody. I'm just saying like once or twice. Sometimes, man, settings are for the people that probably should be sitting around each other.
Yeah.
When it's circle time, it's circle time. So boys and girls gather around the campfire.
Well, let's get back
This
to
is
Glorilla.
the Monday show.
Let's get back to Glorilla.
Let's get it.
So what I was saying is I don't understand how women think that their boyfriend or, whoever they're in a relationship with can be financially stable if they're taking care of both of them.
And then they want that at 20 years old.
I know the bitch gonna start disrespecting me. Like if that's what I'm in, like I'm in a relationship, this is my girlfriend, and I know I ain't really doing nothing but sitting on my ass playing Xbox.
She's gonna disrespect you.
It might be cool.
Come on.
Until, the little spell wear off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We're not
Until
really, now the real relationship
Your
starting to settle in.
dickmatize run off. Say
Yeah,
it.
that dickmatize
Until the
runs off.
dickmatize
And
run
now
off.
she's kind of looking at me. Now everything, that happens kind of irritates her shit. I might burp and it might be too close to her food. Now she's done.
Facts.
If a nigga burp too close to my foot,
Now
I'm gonna be
she's
mad
done.
too.
Like now she's like, well, fuck it. Now you can just have the shit. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
go
Like you ain't
ahead.
even. I don't even want to deal with it no more.
I'm definitely.
I'm
I
just
think
saying
you
it
was right.
happens
It
like
brings
that.
a different respect when
It brings
both
a
of y'all
different
go
respect.
50-50 because
you
I
used
know
to
for
be
a
cool
fact.
with me eating with my mouth open. Now it's starting to bother you, and I probably done closed it up a little bit meeting you, but now it's starting to bother you. It's little shit that didn't bother you before starting to bother you now because you done got comfortable and you're starting to settle in.
And then I think to throw another point in there is, how could you expect somebody to feel completely secure with every day? Because what the fuck if I fall off?
Yeah.
What if that person who fall off, whether it's you or the dude, what if they fall off? What if they had a bad month? What if what if they get sick? Anything, and you just 100%, and the other person is, I got coochie for you, or I got dick and Xbox in the crib. Like if a person lose their job, or that's a much more better for someone's mental health if I know that if I have a bad month, so and so is gonna pick up slack around this motherfucker, and we gonna be good regardless. That's a lot of pressure for one person. You get what I'm saying? To just mentally take care of. They got to take care of their own mental health, yours and the bills.
I've just noticed, and for relationships, because that's where we're at.
Yeah, that's where we at with it.
People that deal with that, like it starts to get overwhelming because now they feel like they're babysitting. Now I feel like I got a child. You know what I'm saying? Or like, nigga, I'm taking care of my kids. So what happens? The kids get left at home and mama get to go out and play, or daddy get to go out and play. It's the same type of factor, even though you're in a relationship.
Yeah. Well, I don't understand as a woman at your big age, why do you want a second father?
Let's sum it up for this, right? For all the people that really have problems in that department, I'm going to say it in like a player standpoint where I came from, because what it taught me, re-knock your bitch. Re-knock your nigga. It's okay.
Every day.
People go and
Choose every day.
People go and renew their vows, right? Just to
every day.
refreshen up the situation. Do something that y'all ain't probably always used to doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, just kind of get spontaneous. I'm giving like the square like some game. Like,
You
get
have to choose your
spontaneous
partner
with your
every day.
partner. You got to choose your partner every day. Just because even you're married or you feel like you're married doesn't stick y'all together. Y'all got to do what y'all was doing in the beginning to keep each other.
Yeah.
When that
Do what
honeymoon phase wear off.
whatever you did to get that person in the beginning, keep doing that. But the problem is people stop doing that after they get them.
When
and
the honeymoon
woman.
phase wear off, that's what they call
Man
it.
and woman, people stop doing what it took to get the person to begin with. That's the problem, and I've noticed that it happens on both sides. So no one's just all the way at fault here.
Yeah.
It's both parties.
I would agree.
Well, fellas, that's the Monday show. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. You can follow me at Gina Views.
The sharp one. Y'all know where to
Almighty
find me.
suspect.
Make sure you guys subscribe and, share this episode and tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend to keep the Monday show going, even though I said fuck Mondays. But
Hey,
We
man,
back.
we going to get ready to chime
ain't
this
going
one out.
nowhere.
We going to chime this one out. It's the real Monday show. We'll see you next Monday. Peace and love.